And here they are, and I have to say I am impressed with all of them. Even Meowscles had no interest in these. Really doing it for me, particularly that lower body, those legs and those sort of boots. He just makes, I think he's got great potential for customs. Unfortunately, the scratch code, this is a, oh, is it a production? I think it's a production sample, or maybe I'm wrong. Is there anything underneath this? I could be wrong. Oh no, I'm telling a lie. It's not a production sample. There is something. Okay, let me scratch this and let's see what the code is. And then some of you play Fortnite, you can enter this, or the first person to see this can enter this, and they can see if they can unlock whatever it gives. Now bear in mind, it's probably going to be, or possibly one of the patrons, because they see videos first. So if they play Fortnite, one of them is going to take this, I'm sure. Okay, here is the code. You can pause and you can try to put that in. N5T3H-ACAHD-JM4G5-3CM2K. Okay, and here are our awesome figs again. I won't do a separate accessories. I'm just going to do each figure close-up and accessories at the same time. They're all fully kitted out. The highlight is Gunnar for 100%, and you'll see why a little bit. Though even he's not as good as the Volt version. I think it's the Fortnite, the Jazwares Volt version, the fandom amplified version we'll look at after, but I will do a comparison in that video. So here is Meowscles. He looks great with those two knives there. Face sculpt is a bit simple, but it looks quite good. But those lower body, that waist, the legs look fantastic. He's got a holster. The guns don't appear to come out, but I will check. The ball of string with the sort of mice on the back is a nice touch. I do like that. He's got a tail which is not articulated from what I can see. It does look cool. And I know that don't come out, I'll check, and the guns don't come out, but he does look fantastic. And that's easy to take out from him too. It should be, yeah. So you don't have to be stuck with that, and he can go on a different figure if you want. Great figure. Next is Evie, who looks great apart from the face, but her feet make her hard to stand up. Small feet with heels. So the face is looks like the eyes are too far apart for a start. Not really doing it for me. But the actual body and the skirt is pretty good. Nice to have another female body that we can use in the 118 scale. Nice little plug-in with the guns. Can lose a lot of articulation with the skirt there. Quite a simple sculpt, but it is effective. Nice spears, but this hand is too open to really grip these sort of spears blades compared to the other one. And you can't sort of grip it down there. It's not tight enough. Whereas the right hand is more for gripping these sort of things. But again, she's pretty cool. I would be swapping that head over or repainting that head to make it more in line with my other figures, I think. But as a figure, it's not bad. Just difficult to pose with these small feet with the heels. Let's try and get to stand up again before I put it onto the back part. Okay, stay there. Now the highlight. In fact, we'll come to Gunnar last. Let's come to the sledge. He's got almost the Gunnar and sledge like from Metal Gear Solid. Ding! What was that? I spotted you! With the exclamation mark. So he's got exclamation mark. This pretty nice gun, but he struggles to hold it. It's like his grip is not good enough for it. It's a decent sculpt on him. Pretty cool. You know, if they ever sell him separately, I'm sure loads of people will army build. I've got like 10 of the IO guards altogether. I had 12, but I sold 2. He does look good. Very good. But is his hips loose? Hip feels a bit loose. You know, and he can't hold that gun so well. And now we come to the highlights. Gunnar. He's got this great question mark. What was that? He's got a decent gun here. Loving the sculpt in that face. Great, if you know, if you're sci-fi, like your Joy Toy Battle for the Stars and whatnot. Looks really quite cool, very nice and odd. But check this out. He does have a gun that comes out the holster. The first one, I believe, in Fortnite. Not only that, he has a knife that comes out the sheath too. Though I think he might struggle to hold that knife, but it does come out. So cool. Very, very nice looking. Okay, since he's in my hand, we'll start with him and go through articulation. It's not going to be great on him because he's so bulky. And Fortnite generally have good articulation, but when they're bulky, they lose it a lot. So head is a left and a right and a down and a up. His head articulation is same as the standard Fortnite head articulation, but it's going to be different on the Vault version. We'll see later in the next review. Sorry. Shoulders all the way around. Outwards is going to be, see, so nice. Joy Toy, why can you do that with your Space Marines? The pauldrons go over the side. He gets nearly flat on the outwards, which is nice. Forearm will be the issue. Normally, when he's so bulky, he's get a look, yeah, under 90 on both arms, particularly his left because of that great big forearm. Armor trunk, forwards and backwards is great. Sideways is not bad. He can turn. Waist, he can turn as tiny forwards and backwards too. Together, forwards, not a lot. Backwards is not a lot. Sideways is small, but it's okay. Legs, look at that. Fantastic on the legs. Feels a little loose in hips. Forwards is not great, and backwards is okay. There's a thigh swivel. I didn't show his hands, sorry. So his hands, he has got gun articulation in his right hand, and he's got wave articulation in his left hand, and they turn. So thigh swivel, double kneecap, gets quite tight, which is cool. And then the feet is the normal Fortnite system, so he's got a small tippy toe. He's got a pretty damn good dorsiflexation, has to be said though. And his feet do swivel in and swivel out. Pretty damn good all around. I think it just looks great. Not sure which faction in my universe he's going to fit into yet, but he does look good. Let's give me a little question mark back. He can just hold his gun going down, I think, for now. It's a decent gun as well. He does hold that gun quite well. And he's easy to balance and stand up despite being quite top heavy. Oh, I'm saying that now. He's want to fall over on me. Oh! Took out Sledge as well. I promise you it's easy, just that I'm making the pig's ear out of it. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so Sledge. His articulation, so he's got a left and a right, very small. It's not really up down, not really side to side because this whole big sculpt going around there. It'd be interesting to try and get his head out, see what his head looks like. You have got a soft sort of rubbery plastic here, you can sort of half see underneath. But I would not want to do that without warming up, but I will have a quick attempt. Well, there is some movement, but it's not wanting to come without me using pliers, which I don't really want to do unless I've heated it up first. So let me just quickly try. Give me a second. Now I'm going to have to heat that up. I want to take the head off. Anyway, that was the head. Let's get the focus back again. Shoulders all the way around, sideways. Still over flat, which is great. Biceps, he's getting nearly 90 degrees, which that's pretty good. Thank you, Jazwares. Hands, he's got gun articulation on his right. And he's got wave articulation on his left. And they can twist. Trunk. Forwards, backwards is pretty good. Side to side is small. He can turn. Waist, can turn better some of the others, not really forwards, backwards. But together, side to side is quite small. Waist is okay for backwards and forwards. Hips, fantastic, look at that. Full splits pretty much. Forwards is good, backwards is tiny. Thigh twist, double kneecap, quite tight. No boot turn, but he does get a decent dorsiflexation. His tippy toe is good, and his in and outward swivel is nice as well. So he feels a bit loose in a couple of his joints, like his waist, I should say. Maybe I need to just push that in a bit more, I don't know. But he's alright. He can't, as I said, can't grip this gun great, so I'll be changing his gun in the future. Evie. Keep her back bling in, I think. So, yeah, that face is not doing it for me. Head, there's a left and a right. Good down, good up. Side to side. Shoulders all the way around. Outwards, particularly good. Bicep is flat on both sides. Hands, gun articulation on her right. And it does turn. Left is wave articulation, and it should turn, but it doesn't want to turn. I don't want to break that, but the left should turn to trunk. There's a bit of a gap there, but there's a small forwards, backwards. Side to side is pretty good though. And she can turn. Waist, can't tell with this skirt on. I'll probably have to pop her apart to test that. Let's have a quick check on that. Oh, that's a hip come out. It's not what I wanted. Oh, she does not want to come apart. That's unfortunate. If you do pop the hips out without having that big skirt on, or that rubbery skirt, it's not the easiest thing to get her hips back into place. Okay, is that in? No, it's not in. Okay, that clicked in. Okay. Hips would be a full split if not for that skirt. I would be tempted to maybe put a small slit in each side so she gets better articulation. Forwards again is not great because the skirt. Backwards likewise. There is a thigh twist. Double kneecap. Super skinny legs. Very, very tight on that indeed. And then the feet, she's going to get a stupid tippy toe, ankle breaking. Her dorsiflexation again is going to be a super ankle break. Look at that, it's flat. There's no boot turn, but she does get a good inward swivel and a good outward swivel. It's close enough to a boot turn though. Just those small feet, that small point of contact with the surface of whatever you stand on is going to make it quite hard to balance her in some situations. I might try a quick action pose. Actually, it might be easier to pose her in a semi-action pose. Let's have a look. I'll take that back. She's going to be very difficult, I think, to pose in that action pose. So, despite having a pretty decent female, could be a decent female buck for the body, it's just going to be difficult to get a decent action pose with those feet. You could swap them out. The problem is the feet are just what the joint is part of. They'd have to chop off the bottom and then can't get a focus. And then stay focused. To chop off the bottom and then replace, so it wouldn't look nice. It's a shame. So, despite looking good and us having high expectations, though the feet and the shoes kind of, I won't say ruin it, kind of detract from what she could have been, or stop her filling her action figure potential. That might be a better way of saying it. Okay, she's standing now, but she's going to fall over. Let's put that one there. A small hit here. Okay, stand up, Evie. She's not interested in standing up today, is she? Okay, let me just pose her, come back in a second. And now to Meowsles. Love it. There's no mind. Love those little swords he's got. I think he looks great. Just the face. What I don't like is there's no raised parts. It's painted on eyes and nose. I'd rather have some. I know it's cartoony, but I'd rather have some raised parts, a bit of physique. It's great for your muscular characters, you know. Your street brawlers. Okay, let's take out these swords, which is nice. They've got the little guards there. But he sort of holds them backwards. You'd think he'd hold them this way, but holds them that way. Okay. So here's articulation. Let's get a look. It's got a stiff right and left. He's got a down and up. He's got it all the way around. His shoulders go over flat, well over flat. Pretty damn good. We're liking that. Bicep bend is just under 90. The hands he's got, I'm not sure. Okay, he's got wave articulation in both hands. Trunk. There's a forwards, backwards. There's a side to side. You can't really turn. Ah, I see why. It's because of these gun thing is attached to his trousers. If I was to, can I force his arms out? I reckon I probably could force his arms out there. If I were to force his arms out, there you go. There's one out. There is number 2 out now. He's got a backwards, not really a forwards. He can do side to side and he can turn. Waist, there is a turn but not much else. Hips, the guns get in the way. Forwards is not great. Backwards is better than I was expecting. There's a thigh twist. There's a double kneecap again, and he should get nice and tight. Look at that. The awesome boots. His tail's not whatever the word is. Can't think. Not articulated. His awesome boots give him a small tippy toe. Is good enough. Small dorsiflexation. It's good enough. And it looks like he should have an ankle to a boot. Oh, he's got a boot turn. Check this out. Is it a boot turn? Yeah, it's get sort of a half a boot turn and half a boot twist together. So it's not bad. I might have to get some more Meowscles just for this lower torso and the upper body. Change the head, get a repaint, and you're halfway there. You know, got a great looking figure there. Pretty damn cool. It's a nice set. Okay, let's stand him up and go for size. Okay, so tallest one is Gunner. Meowscles looks like possibly the shortest. So Meowscles is, I would say, 9.5, coming on 10. Eevee is about under 10.5. Gunner is nearly 11, and Sledge is 10.7, maybe coming on 11 again. Pretty nice figures. How do they scale? Well, let me use my Acid Rain Nerina Sentinel with Fortnite head, because it's a lot of people know it and know what his size is like. Get an idea. I'll take her out, stick him in, and they scale well. You can see that Gunnar could work in the same universe as him very easily. Bit of a weathered paint job. He'd match perfectly well. Nice figures. It's a good set. Worth trying to track down if you can. I had a few, but I passed them on to other collectors, mainly in the USA. Okay, it's the end of the review. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out the Patreon. I'll see you in the next one. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.